Hello, my friends. I want to show you guys my headboard, okay? See, your environment talks to you. When you receive things, you should always examine your things because God hides himself into things. Now, these are the rings inside of the wood, okay? When I ordered this bed, it got lost. So it took us a long time to get this bed. Like they had to order a whole nother bed. Now, before I got this bed, I had got real sick, y'all. I got very sick. And my white blood cells was like low. I'm talking about really low. Mushrooms alerted me that I needed to eat them, right? As you can see, those are mushrooms. Mushrooms represent manna, and these mushrooms are going way up my headboard. Now keep in mind, this is a headboard. And this is all about symbolism. And this is how God talks to you through symbolism. This is why you need to be awake and alert at all times. Because there are so many messages in your environment. So when I ate the mushrooms, when I finally caught on that the mushrooms were speaking to me, telling me that I needed to eat them, when I ate them, I got healed. My white blood cell count went to the roof. Manna represents knowledge. Manna is the mushrooms. Manna is what the angels eat. It's a food of the angels. Right? It's a food of the angels. It's something spiritual about mushrooms. And then y'all know what shrooms do. You know what most people use shrooms for. To really, really elevate. To really, really go there in the mind. To really, really go in. And mushrooms have a lot of healing properties. Okay, now. These are the rings inside the wood. I'm not making this stuff up. Now, do you see this shape right here? I wish this light wasn't in the way, but if you can see this shape, it is a python. A huge python. It goes all the way across my headboard. Okay? It's a story behind this. This huge python. Now, if you look down at the bottom of the python, there is an alligator head coming out of the water right up under the python. You see the eye, and that's the other eye on this side. This is the top of it. This is the nose, and this is water. And this alligator, this is the alligator's head. It's in the water. And this is a python. Look at it. Look at the mouth. See that? See that? You see the eye? See how big it is? This represents wisdom. This wraps around our spine. This represents the kundalini. This represents knowledge. It's nothing bad because it's a snake. Your snake is on all your medical your medical signs. So you can just let your imagination go when it comes to this wisdom. And it's on my headboard. This is the way I sleep. My head is always up here. And it's in my head. This is my mental state. This is what's going on with me. This is where my knowledge is coming from. It's just symbolism. Man, it's mushrooms all up this headboard, y'all. I'm talking about all up this headboard. So this python is just eating. I don't even know if pythons eat manna, but it makes sense. Wisdom eats manna, right? And it's on my headboard. Now, this alligator. One day I had a dream that I was in the underworld. And the god Anpu put his hands in my chest and pulled my heart out and weighed my heart on these scales. Well, my heart was weighed against my goodness and it balanced out. I was taught by water. Before I left the underground, I was given an alligator on a leash, y'all, like a dog, like a pet. This was given to me. Also, it was some type of covering placed on my head. Y'all, the very same day I woke up from having this dream, I was looking at the movie by Jamie Foxx, the Project Power movie. And it's a real quick scene where he goes into the room and there is an alligator in there and the alligator is on a leash. Y'all, that's what snapped me back into remembering that I had this dream. It struck a memory when I was looking at Jamie Foxx movie. And then one day I was just looking at this headboard and I was like, oh my God. This is on my headboard, right? The manna, the mushrooms. Before I noticed, all this was on my headboard, y'all. I was really, really sick. I was really sick. My heart was at 10%. Now, if you could focus off of here, and if this light wasn't in the way, and it's a certain way you stand back, this entire thing, this whole thing is the face of a jaguar. I have a thing with jaguars, right? I can't get you to see it because the light is in the way. And I'm so sorry. But it's a jaguar. Like, seriously, y'all. It's a jaguar up in there. Like a big cat. The mouth and everything. Like, I can't really get you to see it. But it's 3 animals in one. And then if this light wasn't right here, if I could show you really good, Jesus is hanging on the cross right here. His legs is down here. You can see them nailed to the cross. And his head is up here. And it's hanging down. And his arms are spread out like this. But I can't. Oh man, I can't get that light is in the way, but it's a certain, I got the light off so you guys can see it, but during the daytime, I sit here and I look at it like I can't. It's real faint, but you could see the head right there, the arms, and it's a body. And it's a cross behind him. But it's a certain way the light goes. I can't make it do it, y'all. But it's amazing. This is how consciousness works. When you put an image in front of an image, 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 and you get the same image, that's consciousness, that's heaven. And this is my headboard, right? This is my headboard. Man, I wish I could show y'all the Jaguar. I got to figure out how. If I go down like this, can you see the Jaguar? Like the two eyes. It's a nose. Like right up in here. The eyes, oh man. It's beautiful, guys. But that's a python and that's an alligator. I really want y'all to see this alligator. And he's up under the python. Like, this is a trip. But this is my headboard. So y'all can see why I'm having all type of prophetic dreams. Why I see so much. This is my headboard. Like, you should always pay attention to things that you receive. You see that man right there in the corner? That's a man up, like he's like a elder or something, but he's looking down. There are also others. Like it's a lot. It's others on here that are just like him. And he's looking down on something. But this is like a plain, like a desert land or something, like a place, a town, a city or something. But he sits in these mountains. Like, yeah, like a mountain range. Like, that's what it looked like to me. But he sits up here in this corner and he watches. You see that? He watches. So am I protected? Am I really watched over? You see that knowledge? All that knowledge. This is what's flowing through me. This how I'm giving y'all all this good. This represents my wisdom. And I have a lot of wisdom. I have a lot of wisdom to give, to share. It's other stuff over there too, y'all. But I ain't gonna take y'all through that. But I just wanted to share in like symbolism. You got to really pay attention to the things that come into your house, that come into your life. When people give you things, when you buy things, search them and examine them. Because one time I got a table, right? And it was a marble table. And the designs in the table showed me getting a heart and something behind me trying to stop me from getting a heart. Like, I had this table for so long. It had in the designs exactly what I was going through. And then it had this thing behind whatever that was trying to stop me. And it was, boy, it yoked it out. Like, for real, for real. Man, I wish y'all could see Jesus on the cross. He can show up in a whole lot of ways. You can't really see right there. Dang. But y'all, it's a beautiful thing to see. Okay, I'm gonna leave y'all babies alone. Just want to show you where my knowledge is coming from. And it's coming from my headboard. Get it? This is where I sleep. So like, can you imagine what I go through in my sleep, y'all? And these look like a bunch of spaceships. Like a whole lot of spaceships. Y'all probably see something in here too. Optical illusions. I love you guys. Have a good night.